We're here with Delphine Forma, head of UK and EU policy at Solidus Labs. How are you? How the event was so far?
I'm great. It was very good. It's a bit cold outside,
Oh, yes.
so I had to warm up.
Right.
But so far it's been very good. We did a great panel, so I was really excited about that.
Yeah,
so very
it
good.
was nicely attended. What was the most surprising or interesting thing you picked up at the discussion?
Well, I know my companies very well. We had a lot of
Yes.
discussion about it. And the discussion, as you know, was about trust and how people can actually trust investing in crypto.
Yes, correct.
And obviously, the reply is generally very similar. It's all about regulation, education, but also we had a very interesting chat about what everybody is talking about, which is Trump election and the fact
Of course.
the price of Bitcoin is going up to the roof.
Yes.
And we were trying to discuss around that, what would be the implication, what are the US going to do, and how it's going to impact what happened in Europe.
Yes, I was surprised to hear from what I was able to pick up that in Switzerland, where you're based, the canton banks are offering crypto trading. So is it a harbinger of broader adoption, do you think, in Europe, or is it a single case?
No, I think Switzerland has always been a pioneer for when it comes to innovation.
Right, with
and
Zug.
Yes, exactly, and technology. They take a lot of time before they move. In Switzerland, the regulator or players take a lot of time before they move, but when they take a decision, it's a well-balanced decision, right? And I think it's a sign that, I guess in Dubai, probably maybe banks will go that direction too.
Yes.
In Europe, I hope so, because there is a demand, right? As a customer of my cantonal bank,
Yes.
when they say to me, we offer crypto now, I was like, wow. And then all the other cantonal banks start to follow up on that. And some of them are doing it themselves. Some of the banks are using as a provider.
Right.
The only thing that I say to my bank is why can't I transfer my crypto to you?
Oh, not so fast.
Because not so fast. You can only buy and sell crypto
Right.
inside. It can get in and it cannot get out.
Anti money laundering, I presume, the reason. Still.
No, I think it's just because they want to manage their risk as much as possible. So yes, there is anti-money laundering. There's something called travel rule, which is very, very
Yes.
high standard in Switzerland. So that might be also a question about that.
I see. And if we talked about banks, regulators, the crypto, we have MiCA around the corner, at least the next phase of implementation. Maybe you can do some order for us and tell us where we are at in the journey for MiCA implementation, and our regulators, is ESMA basically attuned enough to feedback from the industry, and where are we right now?
Do you want a diplomatic answer or do you want the truth?
I want first the truth, and if we have time, the diplomatic answer as well.
The truth, I think, is for everybody, MiCA is new. I mean, it's new, but it's not so new because it's been around for a while. It's just entering into force on December 30, right? That's
Yes.
the date of entering into force. As you may know, in some countries, you have what is called a grandfathering period. So it means that if you are legally allowed to operate in your country, you can benefit from a grandfathering period, meaning you will be able to still operate without having your MiCA license in.
Mm-hmm.
But you will be able to operate in your country, right?
Okay.
Then there is other things playing around here.
Yes. I'm
December
waiting for-
30, market abuse. You will have to comply with market abuse regulation, which is Title 6 of MiCA, which prohibits market abuse and insider trading. By December 30, no grandfathering period. You need to be able to prevent
Okay.
and detect.
And is the industry ready for this?
Of course not.
Okay.
The industry is not
Will
ready.
we see an extended grace period of transition, or?
I don't think so. So yesterday,
Okay.
I have a chat on Telegram, which is called Crypto Compliance and Legal. I have
Okay.
1,400 members there
Okay.
from all over the world. And someone in the morning yesterday said, ESMA is possibly saying that there will be 5 months leeway with no enforcement action against people who are not complying with MiCA.
Okay.
So what did I do? I pinged my contact at ESMA and I was like, is that true? And he said, of course not, it's not true.
Don't get your news on Telegram.
No, but I mean, this person that says that
Yes,
in
yes,
my
I
group is
understand.
connected with
Of course.
And the rumor
yet,
was all over the thing,
of course,
but it was wrong. I was sure it would be wrong.
I see.
But to your point, like, is the industry and our regulator ready? Because it's new, I don't think regulators are ready. Some countries, they haven't even taken like an implementation law. In Belgium, they haven't even decided yet who is going to be the regulator in charge of the MiCA implementation, right?
So the countries are not ready yet, not only the exchanges and the market itself.
It's like depending on which one, like France is very ready, Lithuania is ready, like a lot of countries are, but there's a lot.
Some others are not.
Yes, or maybe it's a little bit behind.
I see. And what advice in this fragmented landscape would you give to an exchange or even a retail broker, the kind of which are working the floor here, in order to meet MiCA at least better, if not fully, by December 30?
And like if you are based in Europe or if you are based outside Europe, so it's two different things,
yeah,
right?
let's say a UK based even. We're in the UK.
Yeah, UK based.
Okay.
UK based, you're outside of the EU, right?
Right. So maybe it's not a good example.
No. It's a perfectly fine example. You could be UK based and have already an entity in the EU, right?
Yeah.
Or you can be UK based, no entity in the EU, and you have customer in the EU. In that case, you are in deep trouble.
Okay.
Because as I mentioned before, if by December 30 you're legally allowed to operate in the EU, you can benefit from grandfathering period. If you are not, by December 30, you will need to rely on reverse solicitation. And ESMA has issued guidelines saying that reverse solicitation is an exclusion, and they will be very strict in the enforcement of reverse solicitation. Reverse solicitation basically means if a client comes directly to you at his own initiative, then it's okay, you can take him on. But if you want to market your product in the EU, you cannot do that.
I see. Okay, so with crypto volumes surge on the one hand and regulators and industry equally unprepared on the other, it seems that Solidus Labs will have a lot to do in 2025.
Exactly. I mean, like, and we already have a lot to do, right, because of MiCA, like the regulation on market abuse.
Yes.
So I think we're going to be rather busy, and I'm going to be busy talking about regulation. I do have a podcast on MiCA if you want to listen to it.
Okay, I will definitely subscribe.
I interview regulator, I have ESMA, Bank of Lithuania, I have the Financial Market Authority of Austria, I have chief compliance officers.
Okay, I know what I'm doing, what I'm hearing next when I'm doing the dishes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.